So apparently Dez Bryant's best friends with Ray Rice because there could be video of him dragging women around by their hair. You got a coach telling his kid he's going to kill him. And Dash, I don't know why you care about Aramis Ramirez, but I guess we'll talk about it.
Welcome to the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome fans to another Friday Night Insight. Johnny Parlay was off last week. It was negotiated prior. I forgot about this clause in his contract. It's parlays once every however many Fridays he decides he wants to be off.
Mental health day.
So I'm going to apologize for being a little hard on you, Parlay. I didn't mean it.
It was a week, sports week, so I took the week off. Whatever.
We did post a segment, though, from the week prior that we just were too lazy to post.
Missed out on a Friday Night Insight. Whatever week you want to say you missed out, but that was the first one since we started.
Well, I mean, I'm like Cal Ripken, but I had a streak going, a monster streak, but it was laid to rest. But I'll start a new one this week, right here.
Right.
I'm going to break my own streak.
That's why you missed one, just so when you break your streak, we can celebrate it and it'll give us something to talk about for 20 minutes.
That's right.
Well, did anybody else hear about the Dez Bryant video? Because apparently Adam Schefter's been working on it since September, and he still can't break the story.
These things are so strange. Like, of course, no one's going to just make up that there's a crazy video out there, right? So there must be something going on. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's just involving him, but it's not as bad as it could be. But it's weird when these stories come out because it's that no one's just making this up. So something's going on, but what it is,
maybe it was Michael Irvin.
It could have been Mike. I know they're tight.
He was just wearing a Dez Bryant jersey to try to throw everybody off.
Yeah, I know a lot of athletes wear their jerseys out in public.
I would.
I mean, they blend in with all these fat dudes who like to wear them. I love it when the 300-pound dude with the long beard and the bandana on wears the Antonio Brown jersey. He's like, yeah, man, I didn't even know it's you or him.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes. When I go to Steeler games, I think I see Ben Roethlisberger in 10 different seats sitting around me.
Aren't you
then I realize he's out on the field.
Craziness.
You see Greg Lloyd in the stands.
Yeah, I'm afraid of Lloyd. Avoid Lloyd. He's a scary person.
So what is the closest to the truth? Or the evidence?
Well, the report, there was a report that was produced to the NFL from the Lancaster, Texas police. It says basically that a black female was dragged from one vehicle to another by a black male. The car the woman was dragged from, not to, was a Mercedes registered to Bryant. They have never really said what car she was dragged to. They may have video, but they haven't released it yet of the car she was dragged to. Nobody knows who owns that vehicle. Police responded. A Walmart security guard said he arrived at the scene with the door to the Mercedes still open and a child's toy on the ground, but there was nobody there. Then two men pulled up in an Escalade that was registered to Bryant. Those two men were Carl King and Christopher Mitchell. They said they got a call from the alleged victim asking them to pick up her Mercedes. Then a Bentley pulled into the same parking lot with the alleged victim inside the car and Dez Bryant. The alleged victim claimed that she had an argument with a man named Alex Penson, that she was not assaulted or injured in any way, and that it was just an argument with Penson. The alleged victim then claimed she was dropped off at her friend's house and that she contacted Bryant to pick her up.
Well, it was that Alex Penson then, right? Is that what that's saying?
I mean, she, I guess, is trying to make it seem like Alex Penson was the one dragging her around, but people automatically assume it has something to do with Dez Bryant just because it was her car.
It just goes to show you, nothing good happens at Walmart or in the parking lot.
Nope.
Stay away from that place.
Yeah. There's terrible things that go on at the Walmart by my house.
And where did this happen at? Walmart security guards, huh?
Yeah, the finest, the top notch
Please
of
believe.
all.
Well, all Walmarts have,
These guys
surveillance
they're
cameras,
like,
so where's the video?
Walmart.
Well, where's these security guards? I'd like to know that. I've never seen a security guard at Walmart.
Oh, there's
Really?
one
Well, if you
by
go to
where
the-
I live.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
the North for Sales Walmart has a police
station.
station in the Walmart. A literal police station.
Garbage.
They're the highest theft in any Walmart in the whole country. North for
right.
Sales, Pennsylvania.
I
That's
believe
the
it.
highest theft of any other Walmart in the whole country.
That's right up the street from Parlayville, too.
So if you...
So you know I ain't going that one.
If you're
I ain't
on your
going to any of
way
them.
to be wasted away in Parlayville. You got to get through that Walmart first. It's scary.
But
It's
Walmart security, I mean, that's top notch, man. They're former Navy SEAls usually. Like those guys. I'm surprised they weren't all over this.
Christopher Kyle would probably be a Walmart security guard now had he not been killed by some dickbag at a shooting range.
Well, he was going through the interview process. I know that. His application was in, but much love to that guy. True hero. Props to you.
Please believe. Good movie, too.
Unlike Dez, he ain't a hero anyway. I mean, even if he didn't do this, he's going to do it eventually. So just suspend him now. Get out in front of it. Make an apology
Guilty
now.
as
That movie was
charged.
mediocre. Listen, they should have waited till this trial was over so they can make the movie and make an ending to it. Because really, Eastwood probably didn't make the ending because the trial wasn't even over at that point. So he really couldn't say he just murdered the guy because it wasn't even out yet. You know what I mean?
Right, I get it.
So he should have just waited for the ending because the ending was terrible. I waited 2 hours for that and they just end the movie.
The ending was what happened, though. I don't get it. I liked it.
It's what happened. They could have just told you in words from the beginning what happened.
Well,
then.
I mean, I knew what happened before I watched it.
Well,
so
I
didn't
understand
even
you know
need-
what happened, but they just tell you in words at the end of a movie. They could have just made a short documentary saying what happened throughout the whole movie.
Well, at least there was an ending. There's nothing worse than a movie that just makes you decide on your own. Hey, I didn't pay $7 to decide on my own. That's your job. But you can drink in the movie theater where I live now too, though.
I know, I love that.
Parlayville's just, it's setting up for disaster. You got the highest crime rate Walmart around. You can drink now in the movie theater. Something's got to give.
I chugged 4 beers during a movie one time. I've never had to pee so bad in my life.
Parlay brings his own. I'm not paying for that.
You bring your own
High
beer?
priced. I
Wise
actually
man.
take. I'll take some wine, or I'll take some
Wine in a
mixed
can.
drinks.
An Always Sunny
No,
fan
not
here.
can. I put it into a canteen.
Can wine.
I bring my little snifter, and I fill it up, and I enjoy that movie just like I'm at home.
I don't know what a snifter is, but I'll take it.
Just use your imagination.
Well, what do you think, Dash? You think Bryant did it, or you think this is all conspiracy? Because you are the king of conspiracy.
It's all speculation.
We know, we've learned already, fans, that Bruce Arians is Dash's uncle, okay, through
True.
hard investigation. I also have learned the other day he's related to Jesse Ventura. I think he's like a second cousin of Jesse the Body Ventura.
The body.
I love Jesse the Body. All you fans know, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. But Jesse is the king of conspiracy, and he thinks he's off the grid, but Dash knows where he's at. So if anybody needs to find us, just hit us up on Twitter, bet_the_spread, or you can even hit me up on my own personal Twitter account, betJimToWin.
Well, yeah, I mean, as much as I love Uncle Bruce there, J Dash, I mean, I feel bad that he's coaching the Cardinals because the Cardinals suck.
The Cardinals are garbage.
So is Carson Palmer. They're
The
just
worst
terrible.
team ever. The
Over
quarterback.
under on their wins this year, 6. I'm
Under.
going
Is-
under.
Is Larry Fitzgerald going to be playing for him?
He did actually restructure, I'm pretty sure,
He
recently.
did?
I'm not 100%
Okay, so
Poor
6
guy.
wins sounds good then.
Yeah, so 6-6-10.
They don't got a quarterback though, so
No, Palmer's
They're
beat. His
done.
leg's gonna fall off. He's torn both his ACLs 52 times. He can't
mean,
even win a playoff game.
I just-
Anybody who likes Arizona, I feel bad for you because you're in for a horrible
terrible.
season.
I mean, the Raiders are going to do better than the Cardinals this year. I just don't even
Well, that's
know
only
why.
if QB Derek Carr gets benched.
Well, I mean, that team is just pathetic. I don't even know how they made it to that wild card game with, I think they had Doug Flutie in as quarterback in that game. They were on their 6th-string QB.
They wish
Their
they
red
had
zone
Doug Flutie.
defense is weak. They're just terrible.
Yeah, they lost to what? A team under 500 too in the playoffs, correct?
Yes,
Believe it.
they lost to Cam, the Scam Newton.
Cam the scam, gotta love him.
And he's a 7th-stringer, so I don't know what Arizona was doing. But, man, what an exciting game that was. I never fell asleep 3 times during one football game, but that one I did. You suck, Arizona. Pack it up. Move to Glenwood, or where's that new stadium potentially going to be
Inglewood.
built? Inglewood, yeah. The Inglewood Cardinals. I like it.
LBC. Well, Dash, you can talk to your Uncle Bruce about this. You think he's ever told a kid, I'm gonna fucking kill you?
Yeah,
Just
he
Jay
told me
Dash.
that when I
Jay
was
Dash
young.
was fooling around with the fireplace that one Christmas Eve.
Uncle Bruce beat him with a hot poker.
He used to beat my ass, man.
Uncle Bruce, how
Coach
dare
Kevin
you?
Stallings, a Vanderbilt head basketball coach, found out that one of his players taunted an opponent after a win. And when he found out, he went ballistic and ran up to the kid and told him he was going to kill you. I think it's pretty funny. The kid deserved it. I don't think clapping in his face was the worst thing you could have done, but if you're trying to teach a lesson of sportsmanship, I don't think there's a better way to embarrass that person in their face in front of their peers and make them see how it feels so that maybe they don't want to do it anymore.
It's all about to kill you, though. People don't want that said in today's society.
That's true. I mean, as much
You
as...
can say it on the spread all you want, because Dash, I'm going to kill you.
Well,
Good luck.
when Bobby Knight did it, it was all fun and games. It was almost like quaint. Like, people were like, oh, that's just Bobby being Bobby. But I don't think he ever said KI double hockey sticks. I mean,
I'm pretty sure he told
that.
some refs he was going to kill him. Come on, Knight threw a chair at somebody.
Yeah, that was... I mean, like I said,
Yeah, he never said
cool.
he was going to kill someone. He just tried to.
Yeah.
Right. It's all in the words.
As long as you don't
It's all in
say
the
it,
words.
you could try to do it. Just don't let anybody hear you say it. This is preposterous. People want this coach to be suspended. Are you kidding me? Suspended? All he's doing is teaching his kid a lesson. If my dad wouldn't have told me he was going to kill me, I probably would be a hoodlum, hooked on crack and meth, chasing Walter White around the country.
Instead, you just hooked on crack.
Yeah,
That's it. No
Maybe.
meth.
yeah, the only
See?
thing you're not doing is chasing Walter White.
Well, he died, so I got tired of chasing a dead
Whoa, spoiler alert. Some people are still watching, bro.
man. He has cancer, homie. Can't live forever.
Truth. That's a great TV show, though.
Love Breaking Bad.
Well,
Better
listen,
Call
I heard
Saul.
the other day the creator of that made House, too.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's weak. House looks pretty stupid to me.
I didn't like
Never
House.
saw House.
But Better Call Saul is the new show from the creator Vince Gilligan.
Right.
So
It's
far,
a great
good
show.
stuff. So
I like
far.
that show.
I'm on.
Did they make the 4th episode yet?
Yeah,
I gotta watch that.
it was
Yeah, I
good.
gotta catch up. Also, I seen the first, the back-to-back premiere, and then the 3rd episode.
Yeah,
so.
the one chick in the 4th episode's got a nice rack, so you won't be disappointed.
Well, I'm glad it's on demand. I
A
can
very
pause.
pert rack.
Gotta love that.
So speaking of House, how about Aramis Ramirez?
What's that got to do with a house?
He's in the house.
Because he's going to the Hall of Fame, and that is the House.
You think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
No. Well, maybe. He's a good player. I mean, he has a 285 career average, 344 on base, which is nice over, 17 years?
How many home runs?
He has
500?
369.
He needs to get another 100
4.
and something to get up there. He needs 500.
Well, listen, they
Well,
said
he's not doing that in one
the
season.
word is he's going to retire after the season, so it looks like he's not even going to hit 400.
Well, what if he starts doing steroids this year? Because it doesn't matter if he gets suspended or not because it's his last year, so you might as well go for it. Do steroids, try to hit 60, and go out on top, right?
You could do that.
That's what I would do.
Sammy Sosa did.
I'd be juicing the hell out of myself right now. Every 5 minutes, I'd be sticking myself with a steroid needle. I'd be crushing the ball.
Well, the one thing for sluggers, although he's not quite a slugger, but he does have some power, you can always, instead of retirement, go to the AL, be a DH, pick up that 400. He hits that 400, he'll be in, but I think he'll get in regardless. I mean, he's quietly one of the more consistent third basemen in the league. He always puts up numbers. He's hasn't really ever had a bad season. They're not always great. They're at least mediocre.
Yeah, he's had trouble staying healthy recently, but he's been a slugger. He's had double-digit home runs each of the past 14 years, and he had over 100 RBIs 7 times in his career, which is not many players can do that.
Yeah, and think about all the third basemen we've had along the way since we got rid of them. And I'm not hating for them getting rid of him. I'm just saying, over this time, to show how good and consistent he really was, we've had nothing at third base since he left the Pirates.
I mean, it's pretty amazing what you have to do to hit 500 home runs. He hit double-digit home runs for 14 straight years, and he's not even close. He had seasons 34, 38, 31, 36, 27. He's hitting a lot of home runs, and he's not even close to 400 yet.
Well, that's why people hate on this steroid era, because these guys are getting 500 home runs in 15-year careers because they're hitting 60 and 70 jacks a season, when back in the day, I mean, I'm sure some of them were doing whatever they were doing too, but I mean, for Hank Aaron to hit as many home runs as he really hit, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that he had the double-digit thing going there. I mean, that's like Big Easy style, putting up Big Easy style numbers there at the plate.
The amount of beers he drinks.
No.
Double digits
Big
every
Easy's
day.
a slugger, bro.
Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs was a king. Always
Boggsy.
like Terry Pendleton. He was a pretty sweet third baseman. Jeff King, The Rock, John Wayner. I mean, yeah, if you're just doing a based on his position, he's got to be in. And I think a lot of times they do base you on your position.
Oh, definitely.
So I think he's damn near a lock. Not like my Pitt Panthers to the tournament lock, but he'll make it, I think. I guess it depends who's up on the ballot with him.
Well, I tell you, too, he's never really had any steroid conversation in his career, so he definitely has a better chance than a lot of these guys. Bonds isn't really getting any looks to the Hall of Fame, while
No way.
guys that aren't as good as him are making it in because they didn't have the steroid talk around them. So
Yeah, Bonds,
Ramirez has
Clemens,
that going for him.
McGuire, Sosa, they're never going to sniff it.
Sheffield didn't even get one vote.
And that, what's he been, 17 seasons
Don't
or
you
something?
get kicked out if you don't get a vote, or is that in football's Hall of Fame?
I'm not quite sure
Process.
the exact rules.
It's either football or baseball's process.
This will be Ramirez's 18th year in the league.
18 years and 3 teams, that's respectable also.
Especially with baseball, because late in your career, you get moved around at the deadline a lot.
That's true.
He's never even left the NL Central.
Unlike Yarmer Yager.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unlike Yarmer Yager, who's been in the league for about, I don't know, 25 years.
Count the 3 he played in
Played
Russia, too. Those were professional years.
Good Lord. Dude's been on 8
Since
teams.
1990, I'm pretty sure, is when the Penguins drafted him.
Yep. He just got traded to his 8th team, the
Florida Panthers.
The Florida Panthers, for a 2nd-round pick and a conditional 3rd-round pick, and I think a bag of potatoes or something also.
I think it was a bag of rubber rats, because I think they're going back to that rat thing where they throw the rats out on the ice.
So, who were his teams then?
Oh, this is going to be fun here.
Oh, what are we doing?
We're going to do here is like a little bit of categories. If y'all indulge in the alcoholic beverages, there's some drinking games where you have a category. I want you guys to go back and forth and name teams until you get them all, which I don't think so, or someone gets one wrong, or someone can't come up with one. And do we want to flip a coin or something to see who starts?
Well, whoever starts is going to say the Penguins, so it doesn't matter which one of us
You
starts.
don't know that. Sometimes you save that. You save the ones that are obvious.
No, that one's obvious. We're going with the Penguins to start. So
Okay,
I'll
well
start.
then you'll
Penguins.
start.
Dash.
All right.
Penguins is correct.
The
That
New
is
York
one of them.
Rangers.
That is correct.
Washington Capitals.
That is correct.
New York Islanders.
Game over.
Yeah.
J-Dash ends it
Come
early.
on, Dash. Dallas Stars.
Let's see if you can run the table now.
New Jersey Devils.
You got
Florida Panthers.
2 left. You got to get the one team. He was with this team last year, I
Philly?
believe. That's right.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then-
the Flyers.
And then there's one forgotten team he played with for a short time.
Columbus.
Nope.
No.
Y'all out there in the YouTube world, did you get it?
I don't remember.
I
Who
could have
was it?
sworn he played for the Islanders. I see him
No,
for the
he
Islanders
definitely
for
didn't
some
play
reason.
for the Islanders. Who was it?
It was the Bruins.
Oh, that's right. He did
Yeah.
go to the Bruins for like a half season.
Yeah, so that's all 8 of them. And the Arizona Cardinals suck.
Yeah, I tell you, they have Patrick Peterson, Larry Fitzgerald, and
A lot of garbage.
a bunch of players who can't stay on the football
And a
field.
lot of Steelers who are senior citizens now.
Well, Arizona can retool. They can sign Reggie Bush, A.J. Hawk, Jacoby Jones, move to the stadium in Inglewood, sign Peyton Hillis. I mean, these guys all got released recently by their teams. Why not? They're all going to go retire in Arizona, right? They might as well play there for a couple more years.
There's no reason. Arizona is a Super Bowl contender, and there's no reason to even go into the draft. No reason.
No, they
they
shouldn't
have
even-
everything they need. Listen, a 35-year-old quarterback, he will win a playoff game.
Someday.
And by the time he's 45, he will win a playoff
No
game.
doubt. People are living longer.
They got the top running back in the league in Bueller.
I think Andre Ellington played a couple
Bueller.
games before he got hurt.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy team for week 1, and I was like, what are you thinking?
They got
Dropped
the
him.
worst O-line in football.
But their grass goes outside, dude.
You're right.
And it comes back
The
in.
field is on wheels.
Good.
That's cool, man.
Who came up with that?
gonna be awesome.
Someone was on something when they came up with that.
Foote play for them? Larry Foote?
Yes,
No,
he
he
did.
just retired and now
He
he's a
did
coach.
last year then?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was playing for them, and then he retired the other day, a week or two ago, and became
Yeah.
a linebacker
They just
coach.
love Pittsburgh sloppy seconds.
That was the only player that could stay on the field for them, so good luck now.
They should be called the Arizona Sloppy Seconds, because all
That's
they do is take old Steelers. Bryant McFadden, Willie Gay, Larry Foote. They tried to
Oh,
get
you
Brett
could go
Giesel.
on and on.
There's so many of them. Rashard Mendenhall.
J Dash might be prepping for some more Uncle Bruce abuse after this one.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey.
Bruce and I are in a feud.
Feuding.
That's because Dash thinks his quarterback's garbage.
Family feud.
So those recent releases, I mean, the only one you got to consider, not as a Steeler, but I think as any team, is A.J. Hawk, right? He's still got some good years left.
Yeah, I was surprised they released A.J. Hawk, quite honestly.
Well, you got him and you got Clay, and you got to keep one or the other, I guess.
Hawk's been on the downside, not in his career, but with the organization. I don't know, things that I've read, he ruffled some feathers that they didn't really appreciate. He's not as good as he was his first couple years.
I always really thought he was overrated. His name is a lot bigger than his play.
Hawk?
Yeah. It's all about the hair.
Well, what? I mean, is he related to Hawk, an animal from the
No, I'm just saying, when he came out in college, he was like one of the biggest names in the draft. Everybody thought he was going to be a beast, and he was a good player, but his name was a lot bigger than his play on the field.
All right. J-Dash says it. Hawk, you're overrated, boy. Step up.
Any defense that let Seattle come back in a playoff game like that, just to release the whole D, that was just pathetic.
The Steelers' defense is making some moves. The whole Steelers team's making some moves right now.
They better.
I don't know if anybody knew. Marquise Pouncey, his restructuring will be finished probably in the next day or so. Mike Mitchell and Marcus Gilbert all restructured their contracts. They're clearing up about $10 million in cap room.
Now that cleared $10 million plus the $4 million they already had, or that takes it to $10 million?
After Pouncey finishes, it'll clear almost $10 million. It's like $9.5 million.
Well, I wouldn't.
Plus, they're going to release James.
But they already. What I'm asking is, they already had $4 million.
Right.
Open.
Well, the article says it's going to free up $10 million off of
Okay, so they should have like $14 million then. There's still a couple contracts they can push back too, so they could actually have up around $20 million.
There's still people that they want to restructure also, so
that's what I'm saying.
It's going to get exciting for a Pittsburgh Steelers fan during free agency this year. Probably the most exciting it's been for a Steelers team in a long time for free agency.
I wouldn't have even dealt with Pouncey. I'm telling you, that dude is due for a big controversy. He's going to do something wrong. He's got to. He's a thug. His boy is about to be sentenced to life here. I mean, Pouncey just bound to screw up. The dude, he can't stay behaved.
Maybe Coach Tomlin
he needs that
him.
Vanderbilt coach to get him.
Maybe he'll get a free Dez Bryant hat made soon.
That's probably on his agenda. I know he got the Ray Rice special one out, special edition.
He's rocking Ray Rice jerseys out at Whole Foods down on the south side.
Well, I mean, he's a talented player. Come on, keep your nose clean, y'all.
Don't hang out with thugs that murder people.
Yeah, quit hanging out with your brother.
Yeah.
Believe that. His brother's the trouble. That's where it is. His brother gets good old Marquise in trouble.
Yinzers.
Gotta love us.
So is Harrison coming back?
No. I don't want him back. I don't want Harrison back. I don't want Kiesel back.
I have no problem with bringing Harrison back for a season.
I don't want Paul because he takes reps away from the young guys who need to learn, man. I want Arthur Motes back. And honestly,
I want him back too, but okay, who's our two starting outside linebackers?
We have one outside linebacker on the roster right now, Jarvis Jones.
Okay, well, what guys do you want to see have more playing time then?
Well, what about, is Jason World still around?
Worlds is a free agent. The Steelers have said publicly they are going to let him hit the free agent market. They're going to let him see what his market value is. They feel that him and his agent have an inflated value of what he's worth. They're not willing to pay that huge contract to a guy who really only plays half a season every time he says he plays good. I don't want to give him big money, and I don't think as many teams are going to as people really think that it's going to happen. He's not going to get that huge deal on day one that he really thinks he's going to get. He is good. He's not great, and he's not going to get paid like he's great. People realize it this year.
I agree. He's no A.J. Hawk. He's really not. I mean,
if A.J. Hawk is overrated, this guy's definitely overrated. And the Steelers know it, and they're not going to pay him huge money. They're not going to use the transition tag on him again because they want to be able to sign Ben Roethlisberger to a long-term deal. They're going to restructure Antonio Brown's deal a little bit. They're going after a big-time corner in free agency. They're going to go after a linebacker help and defensive back help in the draft. They're going to make some moves. Like I just said, Jarvis Jones is the only outside linebacker on the roster, so they got to sign somebody. So you sign Arthur Motes. You maybe sign another free agent linebacker that can come in and compete for a backup spot or a depth linebacker, and you go after somebody in the draft in the first or second round, depending on how things finish up. If you listen to our mock draft segment from last week, we have the Steelers taking Kevin Johnson, the cornerback out of Wake Forest. So if the Steelers take him in the first round, you're looking for pass rush help in the second round.
You should be a GM. I mean, I really like that summation. I'm not even being facetious. I'm serious. I like the summation you came up with there, but I imagine Worlds will probably go to the Cardinals.
Listen, James
Is he
Harrison
old
could,
enough yet? Doesn't he have to sign for
That's
another
true.
couple
Harrison
years here?
could too, but I would look
That's
into
true.
bringing Harrison back myself.
I think Harrison's going to wind up in Tennessee. Ike Taylor's been talking it up big. Ike, I love you, man, but come on. You got nothing left in the tank. He keeps saying
Why
everybody
Tennessee's the place
everybody
to go.
loves Coach LeBeau. They all want to follow Coach LeBeau. I don't really think the Steelers are interested in bringing James Harrison back. If he comes back to play, I see it happening in Tennessee.
We'll see.
Throw him a bone, bring him back for, I think he'll take the hometown discount. I mean,
Oh, it would have to be
He
cheap.
can't
You
get
pay
paid
him.
any cheaper. He got paid the complete
Well, okay, I'm not
veteran
saying they
minimum
paid him a
last
lot
year.
of money to begin with.
But if somebody offers him $1 million instead of the veteran minimum, he's probably going to take the $1 million.
Well, he could do that.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying he's probably not going to be back in Pittsburgh.
him and Kiesel, they're heading to Arizona, no doubt.
Kiesel may have to retire after that triceps injury. That's a nasty injury for a D lineman.
Best of luck, Kies.
Yeah, I love you,
Follow
Brett
us on
Kiesel.
Twitter.
I got a friend who looks just like you. It's hilarious. Well, that wraps up this week's Friday Night Insight. Parlay, I want to thank you for coming in studio. Dash, you're always here as usual. Hard worker. Loving it. Watch out for
Piss
that,
off.
Watch out for that razor knife over there. You might throw it at me.
Cardinals suck.
I'm going to kill you, Dash.